Asian stocks extended their rally on Monday as investors await a slew of economic data this week from the region. Japan's Nikkei 225 hit a fresh record high, boosted by gains in the pharmaceutical sector as traders returned from a long weekend. That's after the benchmark index broke the 1989 all-time peak last week, surpassing 38,915 on Thursday. The index has gained more than 16% so far this year on the back of cheap valuations and corporate reforms that have helped lure back foreign investors looking for alternatives to battered Chinese markets. The broader Topix is up 0.8%, while China's blue-chip CSI 300 inched 0.1% higher to register its 10th straight day winning streak. It follows Wall Street's main indexes, which hit record highs on Friday. Let's get more on this now with George Khoury. He's the Global Head of Education and Research at the Corporate Finance Institute. Thanks for joining us. Now, why are we seeing these record highs? What's boosting investor sentiment in Japan?
Good morning, Taiba, and thank you for having me for today. For Japan in specific, it's a wave of optimism, basically, that is leading the markets and increasing the major indices in Japan to newer highs. This is mostly led to the tight monetary policy or loosened monetary policy that is being held by the Bank of Japan and by Ueda, the governor himself, because currently we're seeing rates at minus 0.1%. And based on the drops in inflation rates and the expectations for drops in CPI, in specific Consumer Price Index in Japan, this is making us come closer to kind of currently, Ueda and the Bank of Japan are way too far from increasing rates. And this is increasing the optimism, actually increasing the foreign investment in the Japanese market and Japanese indices. Also, we need to note that the overall market is optimistic as increasing in value due to the positive correlation that we are currently seeing from Wall Street compared to other markets as well. So as far as we're seeing Wall Street and major US indices increasing in value, this is affecting the global economy further and further, because we're seeing that as long as the indices are increasing in the US, the strongest economy in the world, this means that we still have some kind of economic activity to a certain point, which is leading to newer highs in the global markets and affecting it indirectly.
Now, a quick look at some of the top stories from around the world. US telecommunications company AT&T is set to issue a $5 credit to customers impacted by a nationwide outage on Thursday. The company attributed the disruption to a technical error during network expansion and not a cyber attack. The outage, which spanned several hours, affected several services across the country. Jack Ma's Ant Group has reportedly outbid Citadel Securities for Credit Suisse's investment bank unit in China. Analysts say the move is likely a decision by Ant to build a securities business using Credit Suisse's unit, but is likely to face regulatory scrutiny by Chinese authorities. Citadel reportedly offered $210 million for the unit late last year. Chipmaker Broadcom is nearing a $3.8 billion deal with private equity firm KKR to sell its remote access unit. The unit allows users to access desktops and applications from any device. It's an effort by Broadcom to streamline the company's portfolio after completing its $69 billion takeover of software maker Virtual Machineware last year. Goldman Sachs has secured $1 billion from the Mubadala investment company to explore more private credit opportunities in Asia. The move comes as interest in private credit grows, pushing Goldman to aim to double its current $110 billion in assets under management. The partnership targets new promising deals across Asia, reflecting a strategic push into the region's booming private credit market. And Ryanair says it may have to cut flights during its busy summer season this year as Boeing struggles to make deliveries on time. The latest news also means holidaymakers will face higher fares this summer due to delayed delivery of the planes. Boeing has been facing scrutiny since a piece of one of its jets blew out during a passenger flight. As a result, concerns have been raised about the quality control for Boeing aircraft, sparking a slowdown in production speed.